What's going on, y'all? This is Mason Bleasdell, your Austin real estate agent, and we are in Parmer Ranch on the very north edge of Georgetown. And I wanted to make this video because when this neighborhood first opened just a couple of years ago, this was kind of one of those that everyone was like, why in the world would you ever move here? It's so far out, but that is very, very quickly changing. There's a lot of really cool things going on here, including HEB, a couple of new schools that are like under construction in the plans, a whole new amenity center. So this park, as lovely as it is not the only thing that you're getting here, versus a lot of the competitors like Nolina, Santa Rita Ranch that have a lot more to offer. There's a lot coming here. There's a lot of unique opportunities here, like the Sitterle gated section of garden homes that we're going to show you in just a minute. But if you're looking into Parmer Ranch, you're probably poking around online around Georgetown looking for new construction homes. This is going to be the ultimate guide for you. I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about what it's actually like to live here. We're not just going to show you around the model homes. So let's jump in the car and let's kind of talk about what makes Parmer Ranch unique. Now, as we're pulling out of the current park area, the current amenity center that's open right now, in this tour, again, I want to talk about what it's actually like to live here and what makes Parmer Ranch an interesting proposition, if you're comparing it to, frankly, a good number of comparable new construction communities. But this one does have a lot of unique things to offer, and it's not small at all. So we're going to kind of jump between the different sections of the neighborhood and guide you through it. But a couple things I want to start off with first. We are in the northwest corner of Georgetown, kind of the very end, I guess, of what you would call the Austin metro area. You go a little bit beyond here, but not too much, which is nice because if you like that, a little bit quieter, a little more laid back, a little less suburban, a little bit less, a little bit more quiet life, this is going to be a good opportunity for you. That said, this area is developing so unbelievably quickly. It definitely won't be that way for very long. Now we're pulling into the gated section, Sitterle Homes, which is a very high-end, you'll notice that once you just start looking at the photos of some of the beautiful homes they have in here for sale. But these are their garden homes, which offer something very, very unique for the area. There's not really much competition to this. So the HOA for this section of it is $195 a month. But that includes all of your landscaping maintenance. So if you're looking for somewhere with a yard, you don't want that kind of townhouse or you don't want to share a wall, but you do want something that's lock and leave because maybe it's not your only home or maybe you just don't want to be bothered with it, this is a great prospect for you. These still do have yards. And of course, Sitterle builds a beautiful product. You'll see high ceilings, nice quality cabinets, high-end flooring, all of the things that you would expect of an expensive home. Most of these are priced between high 400s up to about 600, depending on the size that you're looking for. Some of them even have like a separate studio, like ADU with the house. They are really, really cool. And if this is something that you're looking for, if you want something a little bit more unique, something a little more lock and leave, these are really cool prospects for it. So this is definitely something worth checking out. And these are gated. You've got your own little section here of Parmer Ranch. Again, making it extremely unique for this area. Now, just across from the cottages section by Sitterle, these trees you see just over my shoulder right now, that is the site of the new to-come elementary school for the neighborhood. Now it's going to serve a couple of the areas around here, but I know it's very important to a lot of my parent clients to be able to have an on-site school. Not only could you walk to it from a lot of these homes, but also your kids' friends are also going to live in the neighborhood. It just creates that sense of community, especially for my relocation folks. It's a great way to just get integrated in with the new neighborhood. So that is very, very exciting, and we're going to jump to it here in a little bit, but I'm going to show you where the new middle school is. Now, as of right now, we are zoned for Ford Elementary. This school is going to be a little ways out, but just be aware. And then, as far as I'm aware, there's no plans of changing. We're zoned for Georgetown High School here. That is more than likely going to stay. I don't know of any rezoning. The nearest Georgetown schools, nearest Georgetown High School, it's under construction, is pretty far away from here. It's possible, but at least for right now, Georgetown High School, there's no plans on that changing. Now, we're driving through one of the first sections built of Parmer Ranch. And something I want for people to see too is generally the homes in here are a little bit on the larger end. So if you're looking for more space, you'll very well find a good opportunity in here. But I also like how the homes are a little bit more spread out in this neighborhood versus some of the other ones that are very nearby. The lots are just a little bit wider. You've got a good number of green belts. You've got a little bit of undulation and some elevation change here too. It's not just a totally flat stamped out neighborhood, kind of like some of the ones in Georgetown can honestly be. There's also a good variety of builders. There's quite a few in here, which means the homes, although of course it's very homogeneous and you know, everything kind of fits together, you've got a lot of variation in terms of style. You've got a little bit more of that classic, you know, Texas with the limestone and whatnot, but you've also got some more contemporary looking homes. If that's more of what you're looking for, there's some really cool options out here. Now, prices vary a good bit, obviously, depending on the size and which section that you're in, but you can find homes in the 400,000s all the way up to about 700 for some of the more expensive, you know, Perry or Westin homes that are on the larger end. But really, you've got a good variety in here to choose from, which is always a nice thing. If the schools are important to you, but you don't want a big house, or if having a larger home is very important and you want that space, you've got options for both here. Now, we just crossed north of Ronald Reagan into the other section of Parmer Ranch. Again, this is a very large master planned community, so there's kind of a lot dotted around here. This section is the home of the Perry and Westin model home, and again, you're going to find just differences. You're going to have a couple more wider lots in here, and generally on this side, the homes tend to be on the larger end, but some really cool ones. And what I really wanted to show you is what we're pulling up to right now. This is the new amenity center. We're going to park up for a minute and I want to show you around this because there's a couple of really cool things going on here. Now, behind me here is the soon to open amenity center for Parmer Ranch, and this one is really, really cool. As you can see, we look over the big reservoir there. It's just very, very pretty. The pool is about to open for the first time. It's now constructed. You've also got a gym here. You've got pickleball courts. You've got basketball courts, and of course, you've got an indoor hosting space. If you wanted a space to host, get-togethers and parties and such, obviously you can reserve that space. And as we turn just this way, if you can see through those trees, very exciting. That is the technically not on site, but it basically is middle school for the community as well. There are big plans for Parmer Ranch overall. It's very, very cool to see how this is all coming together now. And last thing really to touch on too, the tax rate out here is very reasonable. 2.45 at the time of recording this video, and the HOA for the non-cottage section of the neighborhood is $600 a year, so not bad at all. Now, if you are looking into Parmer Ranch, I sure hope this video was helpful to you, just giving you a sense of what it is like here. If it was, and if you are looking for a real estate agent who works for you, not only to find the right house at the right price, but also the right community to make you feel like you made the right decision and make you confident in it, I'd love to be that resource of choice for you. My personal contact details are on the screen and down below. You reach out anytime, call, text, or email me. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.